As a financial planner, I watch federal employee after federal employee go into retirement. And I see some that are prepared, some that aren't. And one of the biggest components of knowing if you are prepared for retirement is knowing how much money you need to be comfortable in your retirement. And this is the problem I see when people try to calculate what they're going to need in retirement. 9 times out of 10, they are way off. But there's a better approach that we found is almost 100% accurate every single time. So let's discuss what we're talking about here. What most people do, this is a problem. What most people do when they think about, oh, what do I need in retirement? They start adding up their expenses. They try to budget it out like, well, I got my mortgage and then my insurance bill, and oh, it all adds up to about 8,000 or so. In reality, when we actually pull back the covers, maybe it's closer to 12 or a different number. The problem with this, if you just try to add up your budget, you're going to be wrong unless you are meticulous to the cent on what you spend and you've been tracking it for years. We do meet some of those, but most people aren't those types of people. Most people way underestimate what they spend on a regular basis, and because some expenses aren't regular, right? Maybe once a year you spend $1,000 for XYZ, but it doesn't come up on a monthly basis, so maybe you don't notice it, right? This is a better way. Look at your income minus savings. Let me say that in a simpler way. What do you actually net? Look at your pay stub. Pull out your leave and earn statement from your federal job right now. What does that say? After all the deductions come out, what do you actually take home? What is that number? Let's say it's $3,000. Let's say you take home $3,000 of actual take home after all those deductions came out. The next question is, from that, once it hits your checking account or savings account, do you then take any of that and send it over to like an IRA or an outside investment account? If you do that, which most people don't, by the way, but if you do, then you can take that out. So if you send, let's say, $5,000 or $500 to an IRA, great. That means actual take home, you take home $2,500 every 2 weeks. Now we gotta, of course, change that to a monthly number. On a monthly basis, it's probably close to $6,000 or so. Right? If you get paid every 2 weeks, again, you gotta change it to a monthly number. This number, if you go this direction of start with what you actually take home, for most people, that is way more accurate because that encapsulates everything that goes on. Everything that you spend, even if it's a one-off or whatever, it encapsulates it. So to put this simply, pull out your pay stub, look at what you actually take home. Let me clean this all up, right? What is your net pay? What is that number? Change it to a monthly number. That's probably what you're used to spending. Putting it simply, that's probably what you spend on a regular basis, even when some things don't come up on a regular basis. Now, the only exception to that is if you're the type of person that literally your cash savings just accumulates over time, right? If you're getting your paychecks and over time, your savings account just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Again, this is not most people, but if that is you, then maybe you don't need as much in retirement, but most people want about what they're netting while working in retirement. So take your net pay, change it to a monthly number. And you do that, by the way, by multiplying this by 26. You get paid 26 times a year, and then divided by 12 to get to a monthly number. That's how you change net pay every 2 weeks to a monthly number. That should be, for most people, the monthly net income goal that you have in retirement. The next challenge is you take your retirement income that you're going to have in retirement, and you got to change that to net as well. Like your pension gross may be $5,000, but after all those deductions came out, like for health insurance, survivor benefits, taxes, how much do you actually take home, right? That's the next challenge, which I'm not going to address on this video, but hopefully this gives you a better idea of how to better calculate what you're going to need in retirement by better calculating what you normally spend. Hope that's helpful. We'll see you in the next video.